Hey guys, welcome back. Before we get started, I have a quick disclaimer. So this will not be the end of the series. I thought I'd finish it off today, but then I realized the time, and I've already written, and with this story included, I've written about 2,000 plus words worth of fan fiction. I think like 2,200, 2,000, maybe 300, something like that. So I've written a decent amount today, and I honestly don't feel like writing anymore, but I made the commitment, and I know some of you guys will be like, you should get rest, shouldn't work too hard, but this is honestly like one of my favorite things to do is provide the fan fiction. So I'm good, but starting from tomorrow, we'll go back to one a day, for 4 days, and then go back to 2 a day. But trust me, this is something I love to do, and I do it by choice. If I wanted to quit, I would have quit. If I wanted to skip a day, that's what I did. If I wanted to not make it up, I would have not making it up. This is my choice. Like, seriously, it's not a big deal. I love doing this. It makes me happy. So, okay, here's the disclaimer. This is not the end. Basically, where it ends is kind of sad in some ways. But basically, in the next part, I'll explain more in the end where you have more context. Actually, no, I should explain in the end because otherwise it won't make sense. Yeah, I'll explain it in the end. But basically, there's going to be a Found Part 4, a Guardian Angel Part 2. I think the new one I wanted to make was called Change. That will start. A Secret Season 3 Episode 4 needs to finish, man. But you guys keep enjoying the new series I put out. Like, I'm not complaining. I love that you guys enjoyed them, but I need to get the secret out. Because it's like, it's on my mind what will happen in that one. So, yeah. I'm glad you guys like all my series, because that means a lot. Because when I post and I get these comments like, you need to stop doing the cliffhangers, and I'm sorry, but I do cliffhangers more often now because it just gets me excited and annoyed, and I feel like it helps keep you guys coming back more. Anyway, welcome. If you're new, welcome to the friend group. This is what I call this place here, because everyone here is super nice. If you don't believe that these are the most supportive people ever, go back to some of my past videos and see the comments. Promise you, these people are great. So welcome to the friend group, and let's get started with Guardian Angel Part 3. I don't know why someone new would be watching this, but in case you haven't seen the first two parts, I recommend you do so. Anyway, let's get on to Guardian Angel Part 3. Marinette had quickly become more famous. I don't even know why there's a full stop there. By the way, my writing, when I do them at night, or at nighttime, my time, how you tell is if it's black background, I'm doing it past like 7 p.m. So, Marinette had quickly become more famous from her recent wings. She was so close to being with her true people. She had never felt complete. She loved her friends and family, but she was never meant to be on Earth. She didn't even remember what her home looked like. When she entered the atmosphere, her powers were mostly gone. She kept some skills and talents, but not enough. It was the day. It was the day she found out how to go home. It was an emotional day for many. From the ones she called mom and dad for years, for the friends she had made, for her. It was time to say goodbye. First up, her school friends. She knew them for a day, but she felt a strong connection. She had practiced with her wings, so she could get between houses fast. The goodbyes were not too hard. After all, they were new, and she didn't spend enough time with them. Next, Adrian's family. The family that helped her through it all. The family that gave her the chance to go home. The family that she had accidentally saved. As she walked in, she was greeted by a warm handshake from Gabriel and a huge hug from Emily. Adrian decided to accompany her to the temple. Now it was time for what she thought would be the hardest goodbye she would ever say. The goodbye to her Earth parents. I love you. I'll always remember you. One day I will come back. Here, keep the necklace you found around me. I'll miss you." She started to tear up. "You were never blood, but you were always our perfect daughter," Sabine cried. "We are so proud. We will miss you so much. We love you," said Tom. They gave one last family hug. "You ready?" she asked Adrian. He nodded. He was slightly terrified by their mode of transport. She grabbed him and started flying. Yeah, Marinette had gotten so good with her wing, she could carry someone else whilst flying. So as she flied, she received good looks and cheers from people around the world. As she reached the temple, the two of them walked in. They found a hidden tunnel. As they walked, Marinette's wings provided the light. They glowed beautifully. They reached a statue. Marinette recognized it somehow. "That's my dad," she smiled. She pressed on the crest he wore. It matched her necklace. A light came out and surrounded her. A door opened and revealed steps to a place high up. Marinette knew this is where they would split. She hugged Adrian. She was careful not to squeeze him. "Marinette, wait. Before you go, I need to tell you. Over the last few months, I've fallen for you. I love you. I know you have to go. I'll miss you." He let out a tear. She was wrong before. For some reason, this felt like the hardest goodbye. Harder than when she had to say goodbye to her other parents. They hugged for a while. "Goodbye, Adrian," she said. She headed into the door and it slammed behind her. Adrian went back to Paris. And I'm sorry, but that is where we're going to leave it today. Basically, it was a combination of two things. One, I don't feel like writing another few paragraphs because I know that if I do start writing, then my ideas will, start flowing and I'll write and write and write. And two, I don't have enough time because I have to go to sleep right now. So good night, everyone. Question of the day. I was going to do one, but I guess I'll change it. What time do you guys go to bed? Realistically, on weekday, and what time do you wake up? So on weekdays, I would sleep at around 8:30, so pretty early, which is annoying. And then I would wake up probably 9 because I stay awake in bed for a while. And then I wake up at around 5:30 in the morning on a weekday. And on a weekend, I sleep at around 10 and then wake up at maybe 7. If I get it, yeah, around 7. Like today, I think I woke up at like 7:30, so I got an extra few minutes, which was good. Yeah, so I guess that's it. For the other part, that if you guys want it, basically what would happen is that, or at least this would be my idea. At first they would meet, like Marinette would meet her parents. Then after a couple months of her being happy and complete, she wouldn't feel incomplete again because she missed her other parents and the Agrests and Adrian, obviously. So she asked her parents if she could bring the Agrests and her parents to live with her and live forever with her, because she was feeling really bad without them. And obviously her parents are super generous and kind and could see that Marinette was upset. So they invite the Dupantings and the Agrests to live there. So, Marinette goes back and surprises everyone like, "Hey, look, I'm back." And then they're obviously all super happy, especially Adrian. And then she invites them all to live with her. That was just my idea. If you guys want that, just let me know. If you guys are bored of the series, then I can obviously end it here. If nobody wants this series, then there's no point. But if you guys still like the series, which I hope you still do, because based on the comments, that's what I'm guessing. So if that's the case, just tell me. And yeah, question of the day. What time do you wake up and go to bed weekdays and weekends? Okay, good night, everyone. Or good morning or good evening, depending on where you are. Or good afternoon. Anyways, good night for me.